What's up, everybody? It is Apollo X Gaming here, and today I'm not doing a rant or a gameplay or anything. Today I'm gonna do this is my first my thoughts video, and this is gonna be about Cesaro. And I've heard a lot of people talk about Cesaro, and you know my bro Tony Robb asked me about him, what I thought of him and stuff. So I figured since I'm a wrestling fan at heart and I like Cesaro, I figured, I'd talk about him on YouTube. Why not give my thoughts on Cesaro and what I think they should do with them and whatnot. So, Cesaro came into WWE in around 2013, if I remember. I know he was in NXT and he was NXT champion and stuff. And then he came up to the main roster, and then he won the United States Championship. Back then he was called Antonio Cesaro, but they dropped the Antonio. Cesaro, I guess, is, I don't know, easier to pronounce or something. But whatever. So after they took Antonio Cesaro off, around that time, like, it started getting around 2014, and he joined Jack Swagger and became Real Americans, which I didn't think they were too bad of a team. Both pretty powerful guys. Tag team champions once, I believe. I don't remember. This was a long time ago. I remember they were a team until about around WrestleMania 30, because that's when Cesaro won the first Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal by picking Big Show up and running with him and throwing him out of the ring. And soon after that, Jack Swagger got mad and everything. And then they broke up, and then the next night, I think it was that thing where, like, Zeb Coulter was talking about Cesaro, and then Paul Heyman came out and said Cesaro's a Paul Heyman guy. And then, like, a couple months later, Paul Heyman was with Cesaro. And then Paul Heyman just kind of left Cesaro because of when Brock Lesnar came back to face John Cena for the title at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman wanted to focus on Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar was the most important thing going. And, he wasn't going to be able to be with Cesaro. Now, I think if Paul Heyman would have stayed with Cesaro, Cesaro would be at the top. But, nevertheless, Paul Heyman left Cesaro. I don't know if they're still, talking and stuff or not, but I know Paul Heyman's not managing him or anything now. And, Cesaro was pretty much by himself most of the year in 2014. He was on his own. I believe he was in that WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at Money in the Bank, and I know he didn't win. I didn't actually get to see the pay-per-view, but I know he was in the match. And then, he was basically by himself most of 2014, and they weren't really doing much with him. And then it came around 2015, around there, or late 2014, whatever. Cesaro got in another tag team with Tyson Kidd. They are an awesome tag team. I'm just going to say that right now. A really, really solid tag team. They work together really good. So they were together for a while. They won the tag team titles. I forget when they won them. And I remember they retained them at WrestleMania. And then they lost the titles to the New Day at Extreme Rules. And then I believe they faced them again at Payback. And they still didn't win. And then they were in the Elimination Chamber, in the Tag Team Elimination Chamber. And then I heard that Tyson Kidd got injured after that. And that's why Cesaro and Tyson Kidd haven't been around too much. And, I mean, what's next for Cesaro, I mean, like last week on SmackDown or something, or whenever, like, Cesaro came out and challenged Kevin Owens for the title. It was a pretty good match. Yeah, but I'm kind of interested in what WWE is going to do with Cesaro next. I mean, Cesaro is a guy who is good enough to be at the top. Cesaro can put on matches, he can steal shows. It's just, they said that he's not ready yet because he doesn't have the mic skills. Well, how is he supposed to have the mic skills when you don't give him any screen time, barely, these days? And, you can't expect Cesaro to get any better if you don't give him a chance. Cesaro's got the wrestling down, he's got the entertaining down. It's just, they're worried about his mic skills because he's not the best on the mic or whatever. But I think Cesaro could be at the top. It's just that they would give him a push once in a while. Not another tag team push. I want to see Cesaro get a main title push as a singles competitor. I want to see matches like Cesaro versus Rollins, Cesaro versus Lesnar, Cesaro versus Owens again, stuff like that. Because I think Cesaro is one of those superstars that has it, but I don't think he's been discovered yet. I don't think WWE knows what Cesaro truly is. I don't think they know how good of an athlete he really is. But when Cesaro steps in that ring, get ready to watch a good match. Because Cesaro can put on great matches. I remember the one match, it was John Cena versus Cesaro on Raw. Holy crap, that stole the show on Raw. I remember another match, it was Cesaro versus Tyson Kidd versus Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat elimination match for the Intercontinental title on SmackDown. Holy shit, Cesaro stole that match. Cesaro can do things most guys his size can't do. Cesaro's a gifted athlete. I really like Cesaro. It's just a shame that they're not doing anything with him. I feel like Cesaro is just a wasted talent. But I know if I was running the company, I would give Cesaro a chance. I would give Cesaro that main event push. I mean, just think of how great the matches could be. Imagine how great a match could be for the main event of, like, SummerSlam, Cesaro versus Rollins. That would probably be a great match unless, they had the authority involved. But, like, just imagine this match. Cesaro versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. You know how awesome that match would be? That'd be like match of the century. But nevertheless, they're not really doing anything with Cesaro. I mean,